Do you ever wonder what makes us happy? Is it time with family and friends? Freedom to live the life we want? Good health? No money worries? I went to the Happiness Museum in Copenhagen, Denmark to help answer some of these questions. Turns out there are many factors that influence our happiness, and some of them may surprise you. Earlier this year, I found myself an accidental retiree due to a layoff. I had mixed feelings about it, but decided to be positive and focus on what matters the most: happiness and well-being. I'm exploring the world to understand what makes some people and countries happier than others, with hopes that we can learn from one another. So come along with me. I found out about this museum after reading a book called The Blue Book of Hygge, Danish Secrets to Happy Living by Mike Viking. He's the CEO of the Happiness Research Institute in Copenhagen, a think tank established in 2013 to study happiness and how to improve quality of life. As I was going to Copenhagen in a few days, I wanted to know where the institute was located and if it was open to the public. So I googled it, and the Happiness Museum came up because it was founded by the institute. I quickly added it to my itinerary, but I had no idea how far it was from the hotel. Lucky for me, when I got to Copenhagen, I found out that the museum was only a 10-15 minute walk from my hotel in the city center, so getting there was easy.
Alright, I found the Happiness Museum. Gonna go in and check it out. It's one person place.
The museum has several exhibits highlighting different aspects of happiness and factors that contribute to it. There's a lot of data, so it's pretty text-heavy with lots of charts. The first exhibit shows each country's happiness score published by the World Happiness Report. Can you guess which country is the happiest country in the world? Nordic countries have routinely ranked at the top, with Finland claiming the first spot for 8 years in a row. With a long winter and high taxes, you may wonder why people in these countries are happy. The explanation is that people in Finland, Denmark, Iceland, Sweden, and Norway are happier than people in other countries, not despite high taxes, but because of them. They view high taxes as an investment for good quality of life, like free education, universal health care, help for mothers, children, and the elderly. These and other social programs are designed to improve quality of life and prevent extreme unhappiness. What does happiness look like to people from different countries? The Institute had asked people to send in the objects that represent happiness and stories behind them. From over 1,000 submissions, it has selected a handful of heartfelt objects to be on display. As you can see, even though we are from different countries, what makes us happy looks very similar. Also featured is a copy of the United States Declaration of Independence, which famously declares life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness as unalienable rights, indicating that it should be the government's responsibility, at least partially, to give people an opportunity to pursue happiness. I like some of the interactive exhibits like this one. It lets you guess which factors have the most and the least impact on happiness. These boxes weigh differently, depending on the impact each of them has. Can you guess the ranking? Let me confess, I got it wrong. I was sure the most important factor has gotta be relationship. But here's the correct ranking. But my favorite part was this room.
These are post-it notes that people wrote about what makes them happy.
Are we born happy? A study of 4,000 set of identical and fraternal twins and their levels of happiness conducted by the University of Minnesota shows that about 50% of our life satisfaction comes from our genes. But there are other factors that influence our happiness, like age, marital status, day of the week, and daily activities. Studies in the UK found that people who are married are happier, but that doesn't mean being married makes us happier. It could just be that happy people are more likely to get married, or it could be that marriage indeed makes us happier if we feel that our spouse is our best friend. As for age, researchers found that happiness levels change over the course of our lives like a U-shape. It's high in youth, then trends down, and hits the bottom in middle age at around 47-48 and peaks back up in old age. These statuettes represent gods and goddesses of happiness from different countries. It basically shows how happiness has been a goal in our lives for thousands of years. Greek philosopher Aristotle believed that the purpose of human existence is to flourish, live well, and have a good life. To him, a good life is a meaningful life, and happiness is not mere fleeting pleasure. Have you had McDonald's Happy Meal? Corporations are trying to monetize on people's desire to be happy. That's why you see ads like Clinic's Happy Perfume, Pepsi's Happiness is a Choice, and Coca-Cola's Open Happiness. The exhibit wouldn't be complete without a section about Denmark, one of the happiest countries on earth. Danish people are happy due to many factors, like a high standard of living, free higher education, universal health care, low level of corruption, and access to green spaces. Another main factor contributing to the Danes' happiness is a concept called hygge, which means a feeling of coziness and togetherness. To Danes, hygge is about an experience. It's about being with people we love, about feeling safe, about appreciating what we have and make the most of it. Here's a nook that shows how you can make your home, or even just a corner, feel hygge-ish. On the way out, I picked up a copy of Happiness by Design by Paul Dolan, a British behavioral scientist and expert on happiness. The book changed the way I think about happiness and taught me how to increase my level of happiness. That alone made my trip here a success. Check it out if you're interested. Alright, I just spent 2 full hours at the Happiness Museum. I've read about some of the stats before, and it's still pretty eye-opening, and I would recommend this museum if you ever come to Copenhagen. If you're interested in being happy. Thank you for coming along with me. I hope you're inspired to live a happier life and do more things that make you happy. Until next time.